Do you have your oil bottles ready? Because today I'm teaching you how to contour. This is by far the most bestest, amazingest. What kind of words can I use to describe this in a way that says that I'm excited? I'm getting a little too excited. You guys, this technique is ridiculously simple. All contouring is palms down, fingertips down, and molding your hands to your partner's body. Nice. Keep the palms down, and you can come out like that. Yes.
Okay.
Good. Feel better?
Yeah.
I call it your get out of jail free card. So when things mess up in your massage, and they will mess up, like you lose confidence or you feel like you're not doing something right, massage becomes awkward and you get a little bit lost, you go back to contouring. When you get bored and you don't know what you're doing, you go back to contouring. When you've lost your rhythm and flow, come back to contouring. It resets everything, puts everything back to zero, builds your confidence, and that's a big deal. Like when your partner feels that your massage is confident and up there, they'll relax more because they trust you more, and trust is a big deal. One hand after the other, you're flowing from the back of the shoulder to the front and just following, keeping your palms down, fingertips down. And the key is to explore your partner's lines, their curves, molding your hand to their body. Grab your oil bottle, sit your partner in front of you. I'm going to be sitting in the melt position, which is on this little footstool beanbag. This is what it looks like. But you can actually sit yourself on the couch and they can be in between your legs in front of you. Are you ready to begin? The tutorial that I'm about to show you comes directly from the Melt Masterclass. I want you to notice how structured it is, how easy it is, and how much contouring is used throughout the entire sequence. I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy. So whenever you're applying oil, it's important to have structure with your approach. So this is how we do it. We apply oil to one hand first, warm our oil up by rubbing our hands together. What do you think? Pretty good, huh? Simple, easy, it looks good. Oh, that's the other thing. Whenever you're watching something and it looks good, it definitely feels amazing. Here's another little tip for you. Whenever you're massaging your partner and you feel like you got your groove on or you're doing something, you're like, wow, that felt amazing. I promise you, I guarantee it feels incredible to your partner. And I'd often ask, if you've nailed something, you feel like, yes, that felt amazing, ask them, babe, how awesome was this? And now you have to bring them a nice one. This is a mean one, this is a nice one. Yeah? Look at him. How good was that? Firstly, I want to talk about why your hands hurt when you first start out massaging. Now, two things are, you're trying too hard. I see it in the workshops all the time. People want to give their partners the best experience that they can. They overcook it, they overdo it, right? And the other thing is, no one's taught you proper technique yet. I call this one the ski jump. Oh, see that? Don't slip like that. No, slow down, slow down. Okay. Slow down. Nice. One. Again, lead, yes. The 17 massage techniques are essential to give a rocking back rub. That's all in Melt's Masterclass. All right, so I know that the way I teach is not the most complex way, and I like this. Like for me, I enjoy breaking things down to a very, very basic way of understanding and remembering too. You know, when I first started the workshops years ago, like 13 years ago, I used to use the anatomical names like rhomboids and scalenes and sternocleidomastoid. Try and remember that one if you haven't learned anatomy yet. But so I'd bring this out into workshops and no one would remember any of it. And then I started pulling out names like golf balls and mushy yum yum bits for your butt. And it changed everything. You could see that people were no longer glazing over and just like not interested in what I was saying. Like you talk about the mushy yum yum bits or the money shot. Everyone laughs when you talk about the money shot. But the names work and you remember it. The meaning and the sweetie if anything you get out of this video, if you can walk away remembering what a meanie is and what a sweetie is, keep a balance between the two, you're not going to go wrong in your massage. And the good thing is it sticks in your brain, so you'll be able to remember it. What the hell is that? I call that the pinchy technique. It is the most horrible thing I've ever felt, and I see a lot of couples using it. Here's what happens. You end up learning how to contour, and it's super easy. You get your groove on, you feel like you've got your rhythm and flow down pat, and your confidence soars. Great. But then you start thinking, hey, I want to go a little bit deeper. I want to get that therapeutic release. And you clamp onto the top of the shoulders and you start pinching away. It looks super amateurish and feels like rubbish. But I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, I've been contouring all day and I don't know how to go in deep using the contouring technique. There's a little hack to that. There's a golf ball that sits in here. We talk about the golf ball in the masterclass, but for now, I want you to imagine that there's a golf ball buried inside your partner's shoulders up here. Now, this little guy is where all the tension pulls. And because it's a golf ball, we can attack it from anywhere. From behind, coming forward. We can even go from the front, leading back. That's amazing. Now you can contour through, but instead of palms down, fingertips down, I put all my intention into the fingertips, pushing through the back of the golf ball. And once I go over the golf ball, I just gently glide off and continue my stroke. And this is how we highlight using the contouring technique. It feels amazing. You keep in total control, there's fluidity, and the stroke feels full. Now, in the contrast as well, you can use the heel of your palm to add pressure, where you're coming from the back of the golf ball, going over the front. You add pressure using the heel of your palm right at the back of that golf ball, and it feels so amazing. I really like the heel of the palm a lot, especially when I'm going in deep. It's really nice because there's a lot of muscles back here. And so muscle on muscle, it feels cushionier, if that's a word. It's nice and soft and pliable. It's not as direct as what the fingertips are. It means that you can go in deeper, the pressure's broadened out, and it doesn't hurt anywhere near as much. When you're adding deep tissue techniques into your contouring strokes, two things will happen. And I promise you, this will happen to you. You'll end up concentrating so much that you forget what you're doing. Let's say you're leading in with the tips of your fingers, your palm will raise up, just like this clip. So what happens is you start adding in pressure, your partner starts pushing back because they're enjoying it, and you start freaking out going, oh, I've got to match their pressure, and you lift your palm up. Now, this is not what I want you to do. This will take away a bit of your structure, and definitely you'll lose a lot of control. It's an amateurish move. What you need to think is, drop my shoulders, this will drop your palms and go back to contouring. Remember how contouring is your safe zone. It's your safety net. Come back to that, get your confidence, and then start working with that deep tissue with either the heel of your palm or your fingertips. Now, the same thing's going to happen when you add pressure with the heel of your palm.
This is the time.
There's actually a video on this in the masterclass that is incredible. We talk about this in detail, but this technique is so amazing and gives you this huge release. Because we're using all four fingers, it broadens the pressure out, which means you can go in quite deep. We're using the pads of our fingers too, and that doesn't hurt at all. It's just this really nice, consistent depth that's broad and super releasing. I love this stroke. I use it a lot, and it really takes all that tension out of these shoulders. I'm going to show you something. Love it. So that's amazing. That is exactly what I want. The right amount of pressure pushing back. You're matching me. You're the one that's massaging. You're the one that's in control. If you back off the pressure, I promise you, they'll back off the pressure too. So go back to your contouring, take control of the massage again, and then start in with your deep tissue. And you'll see this dynamic work, and you'll even feel the control. It actually feels really, really good. It's quite powerful when you're like, I'm the one that's leading the massage. And yeah, remember, your partner can lead the massage too. Even though they're receiving, their body language can dictate how you massage as well. Something to think about. Hey, it's Dennis here. Today's episode, I want to take you through my neck massage. But I'm going to put a bit of a twist because there's a different intention in this video. I want to show you the difference between the subtleties of melt and then also what I teach, because I like to keep all my teachings super basic. I mean, my goal is to show you how to massage in the simplest form so you can pick it up real quick and build your confidence. But to the keen eye, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you miss. And you can see what it looks like with the basic side of a neck massage, and then I'm going to slow that footage down and show you how detailed we can get when massaging our partner. Like, we look at finger by finger what we're doing in a super slow motion. Here's a neck massage in its most basic form, right? It's just that up-down sequence going up the front of the neck, down the back in a circular motion. Now, the focal point in its most basic form is always on rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow is a key to all massages, and it's a place where couples should always begin. Now, with rhythm and flow, you'll give the maximum amount of relaxation to your partner with the least amount of effort from you. And that's what we like to do around here. Work smarter, not harder. You know, I want to show you how to massage your partner for 15 minutes, for 30 minutes without hurting your hands. So let's deep dive into this neck massage and have a look at what my hands are doing. I'm going to start off with the relaxation side of things, with the rhythm and flow, because we can just go up and down the neck muscles, or we can take it to a whole nother level. So check this out. So I come down my partner's neck and into her shoulders. At the top of her arms, you can see I pivot and push her forward. Let's see that one more time. So I pivot and push her forward. The pivot helps me join the downstroke with the upstroke. And then I come up the side of her neck to really focus in on her neck. And this is what creates the rhythm and flow. So just do that one more time. Slow on the neck, and then faster and longer out to the arms, pushing her forward, and back, putting emphasis on the neck. What I'm doing differently in this stroke is that I'm massaging my partner up and down in a circular motion, but I'm also rocking her forwards and backwards. And so how this works is I come down either side of her neck into her shoulders, I push her forward, and she naturally will spring back into me. I contour my way into the neck, allowing her to find her neutral spot again. And this creates the rocking motion. I'm not pulling her back in, I'm pushing her, she's reacting back. And there we go. Rhythm and flow at a whole nother level. Do you ever make strange faces when you're concentrating on something? I do it all the time. Look. I can't even do the face. It's my blue steel face. I can't do it unless I'm concentrating on something. To be honest, it's a little embarrassing. I get a lot of shit from people about that face. But oh well, it is what it is. I was in the moment, I was having a good time, and it just comes out. Same thing happens when I'm playing guitar or drums or just concentrating on something. Anyways, this thing does its own, has a mind of its own. So here is my neck massage in detail, slowed down. You can see we can get as technical as you want. Now, if you're just a beginner, don't freak out. I don't want you to think that you need to be amazing at massage to give your partner an amazing experience, because you don't. Your partner, all they want is for you to get your hands on them. They'd rather you have your hands on them than not. So this weekend, get your hands on each other because it's really good for you. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in next Friday night's tutorial. There's so much more to teach. There's so much more to go through.